Hey y'all, welcome to a Tennessee Thirsty Thursday on Uncle Bub's Bell Buckle Beer Reviews. And I got another brew from the Jackalope Brewing Company out of Nashville, Tennessee today. Don't know what this brew's going to be like. It's called Lovebird at a 4.4% ABV. It's called a Lovebird. Alright, so what this is, says on here, this is a wheat beer brewed with strawberries and raspberries. All right, so we've got basically a ice that's flavored. Well, no, it's brewed with, so it would be not necessarily flavored. I don't know, y'all. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. When I think of a flavored beer, I'm thinking of a beer that has stuff added to it after the brewing process. This one says that it's brewed with strawberries and raspberries. I don't necessarily consider that a flavored beer. Am I wrong? Am I right? Does it make any difference? Y'all let me know in the comments. I'd really like to know that. Anyway, it says drink legendary on here. Pair of lovebirds in a tree. B-R-E-W-I-N-G. First comes wheat, then comes berries. Pop that top and drink legendary. Okay, so for whatever that's worth. Now, I am curious before I pop the top on this thing if it's going to have any kind of distinctive color to it other than a beer color, being it's brewed with strawberries and raspberries. Let's see if it's got any color to it. See what we got here. Man, that's remarkably pale. That is pale, pale. And of course, again, it looks darker on the camera than it does to me. But man, that stuff looks pale, pale to me. No really distinctive color to it at all, other than, you know, the straw gold. Not getting a fruitiness off the head either. I thought maybe with brewed with strawberries and raspberries, I might get a little fruity type aroma coming off top of it, but I'm not. I'm not getting any kind of aroma that I can detect. Anyway, alright, so very pale. And dadgummit, looks darker. So it sounds like I'm an idiot when I'm describing how pale this stuff is, but it don't look pale on the camera. I'm looking at the camera right there, and it's showing it, and it looks darker, and it looks like a dark gold. But here in real life, it don't look that dark at all. Anyway, whatever. Y'all understand what I'm saying. It's always a challenge. Alright, so let's take a taste of this head and see what we got. Alright, so that's different. I'm not getting raspberry or strawberry. Alright, so it's going to sound crazy, but the flavor I'm getting off the head is almost like a very mild rose flavor. It's what I'm getting. It's not tart, it's not sweet, it's not strawberry or raspberry for sure, but to me, in my mind, it reminds me of a rose type flavor. That's what I'm getting off of this. And then just a good sharp bitterness in the finish of the head. Let's see, the rest of it off in here. I'm going to give it a good swish. It's just a tad hazy right now. Not real hazy, but a little bit. And let's see if we can cloud it up a little bit more. Let's swish this can. I mean, I'm thinking, you know, brewed with strawberries and raspberries, it might have some residue. Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah. Tell the difference now. See that cloud right in the middle of it? There's the head, the cloud, and then it's a little bit bright at the bottom. Yeah, it had some sediment in it for sure. All right. Anyway, Lovebird wheat beer brewed with strawberries and raspberries at a 4.4% ABV. Couldn't get a nose on it. The head had a rose type flavor with some bitterness in the finish. Let's see what the brew is like. Now I'll switch. That cloud is easing down to the bottom of it. I don't know if y'all probably can't see that. Dadgummit. Sometimes lighting is a trick, man, and it takes some talent to get your lighting right. I'd love to have a light behind me, you know, where I could show you the color of the brew or what's through it, but I just don't have those resources, y'all. Anyway, so this is a Lovebird raspberry strawberry brewed wheat beer. It's for all American workers. I love and appreciate y'all. Thank you for the hard work that you do to provide for yourselves and your families, just like I do. Cheers, brothers and sisters. Okay, I'm not getting any bitterness at all, but I am getting just a very, very slight tartness in the finish. And you know, when it's brewed with strawberries and raspberries, I'm expecting some tartness. I'm surprised it didn't have a little more pinkish type tint to the beer. The brew itself is decent. It's got just but it's almost. It's so the tartness is so mild that it just it almost detracts away from the flavor of the beer, because it's there, but it's not where, how do you explain it? It's not enjoyable there. It's in the very finish you get a tartness, but it's almost like, hey, I'm just tart enough to where you just won't enjoy it. There's a line. There's a line in the flavor of these beers, y'all, and if you drink a lot of beer, you know what I'm talking about. Some have the richness, some don't, some are milder, and then there's certain, you know, beers that are brewed with different adjuncts and stuff like that, where they add just enough to make it not as good as it would be without it. Where if they added a little more, it would enhance the flavor of it. If you know, you know, I guess. I've drank a lot of different kind of beers. I'm no expert by any stretch. I just go by my experiences. But it seems like to me that this beer here, it's almost like they didn't use enough berries, because I'm not getting a distinctive flavor of either one in the brew. Now in the head, I got more of a rose type flavor, but it wasn't strawberry raspberry, what it's supposed to be brewed with. Now it is a wheat beer, and that affects the flavor a little bit, but not much, in my opinion. Because in a wheat beer, usually I can taste a bready note, some kind of bready, wheaty note in a wheat beer, and I'm not getting that out of this one. It's smooth. It's easy to drink. I mean, there's nothing really bad about the brew itself. It doesn't taste bad. It's just weak. Weak is the best way I can put it, I guess. It's weak in the wheat, and it's weak in the fruit. The fruit that it claims to have, it's weak in both of those. It's not bad, but it's weak. I'm going to score this one a B. Because it's not bad, but it just doesn't deliver what you would be expecting when you read the label. You put it that way. All right, y'all. That's been a Tennessee Thirsty Thursday night. All right, so Jackalope Brewing Company. I've had several of their beers. Now this is probably, you know, it's probably the worst one I've had. Even though I scored it a B, it's a decent beer. It's just not delivering on the label. But I've had several of their brews, and all of Jackalope's. I'll include a Jackalope collection at the end of this one. Those little squares come up at the end of the video. I'll put the Jackalope collection up there and show you the ones I've had. But all their artwork, I mean, It's got just a little bit of a goofy note to it. They're almost done like, you know, you would think like grade school kids. Like grade school kids did the artwork for these, which there's nothing wrong with that, man. It's okay. I mean, you know, kids do the best they can, but that's kind of what this looks like. I mean, all their artwork is just kind of just a little bit off center on their cans, and I appreciate that, man. It's something different. I mean, you know, I love my Tennessee breweries, and I got no complaints against Jackalope at all. it's just something pointing out the way they do some of their cans. The artwork just seems a little juvenile, maybe. I don't know what you call it. Anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow for Friday's R4U. Love and appreciate y'all. Cheers.